Hey guys, I just got out of the shower, clearly. I needed to come and record a message for you guys. We need to be really careful when it comes to spiritual ego. We need to be extremely careful when it comes to spiritual ego. We leave ourselves open to doors of manipulation when we are not aware of our own internal world. It's like we need to be able to continue to heal ourselves until we don't have essentially any doors open that are going to lead back to fear. Right? If we're not able to identify those things unless we're going inside and doing that shadow work on ourselves and looking at when we're triggered by other people. If you're not looking at those things and examining them when they come up, they're going to leave you prone to being manipulated. I personally last Monday, Tuesday, had an extremely scary experience because I had left myself open to manipulation because I had forgotten. I basically got manipulated by someone else who was likely being manipulated as well into thinking that I didn't need to continue working on myself, that I'd done enough. Even though that's something that's like, I wasn't viewing it as something that was wrong with me when I was healing myself. I was viewing it as like, how do I just want to show myself love. You know, if I'm being triggered, it's because something is making me feel like I'm not worthy of love. And so for me, over this last weekend, I'd been getting manipulated more and more and more in like these very discreet ways. I'm a psychic. I am a bridge. And so I was experiencing, and because I hadn't acknowledged this for one fully, and I hadn't. I had, but I hadn't. And on top of it, I had dropped all of my, not all, but like I was not keeping up on my spiritual hygiene the way I had been before. You know, I wasn't doing my weekly like cleansing of my home or myself, and I'm in the middle of a move, so my place has been getting really messy. But all this to say is like I was being manipulated into thinking, I was being manipulated based on spiritual ego. And the door that I left open for fear to come in was that I am not smart, right? Something my whole entire life, excuse me, I've struggled with. And, you know, I'm probably going to do a spiritual bath to identify exactly where this came from. Because for me, it personally helps if I'm able to see where it's rooted and where it came from. For me, it feels like it's been rooted in my entire life, like multiple things. I remember my grandmother, like that was one thing she'd always like tell me when I was little, like, oh, you're so smart, you're going to become this and that. And like hearing it like helped me feel better. But like even at that young age, like I didn't feel that way. And I don't know why. Maybe I do need to do the shadow work. Maybe I don't. I think I just personally like to understand the why. It helps me to be able to like untangle it. So I'm probably going to be doing that really soon. But it left the door open for me to be manipulated. And because I hadn't been doing my spiritual hygiene practices, negative energy was able to come through and manipulate me via another person in a sense. So they would make comments that would kind of get in my head and be like, wait, why are they saying that? Do they think I'm dumb or something? Right? And so that fear door is now open and allowing me to be further manipulated and trying to guide me towards a different path than the one that I'm on. They didn't succeed. They got really close, but all they actually did was help me in the end, because now I got to experience close up and personal the work that I'm going to be doing. And I have like the firsthand experience and the solutions. Mental health isn't real. It's not. It's a spiritual problem. It's a spiritual and psychological problem. And it's Carl Jung. Carl Jung knew what the fuck he was talking about, y'all. And so do I. Because I'm motherfucking smart, bitch. Yeah. That's right. Fuck y'all. So I just want to say, like, if you're a channel, if you're a tarot reader, anything, if you're giving advice to anybody, you need to make sure that you have your spiritual hygiene practices down pat above all else. Okay? Because then at least you're not going to be open to that manipulation because you're going to be cleansed. But if you want to go, well, no, I think that's related to that. I got to figure this all out.